Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. We are so excited to welcome all of you to the global premiere of the Women's Digital Empowerment Training Suite. My name is Kirti, and I am the head of training at World Pulse, and we have an action-packed hour and a half ahead together. Once you've filled in the Zoom poll as you entered, please leave a comment on chat to let us know what you are expecting for today's session. And while you do that, I'm going to just take you through what we've found from our Zoom poll so far. We have a good mix of folks who are new to World Pulse and folks who've been here with us for over 5 years. And our participant base has come in from all over the world, with the largest base coming in from Sub-Saharan Africa. Welcome, everyone. We're so happy to have all of you here. Several of you are here to learn new skills, and we're very excited about sharing what we have learned so far and put together. And several of you are also here to show support for your sisters. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope there's something for everyone by the end of an hour and a half. We hope we match and perhaps exceed the expectations all of you have also articulated for us so mindfully on chat. So in the course of the next hour and a half, we will take you through the World Pulse experience. We will start by introducing you to the World Pulse Digital Ambassador and Digital Training and Empowerment Training Suite, And we will also share a little bit about how you can benefit from the training program, how you can bring our training program into your communities, and how you can even stay engaged with World Pulse. We will also move you into breakout rooms following about half an hour of our exchange together, where you will get a taste of the training live, led by the amazing World Pulse Digital Ambassadors. World Pulse is an independent, women-led social network for social change. We are a global community of tens of thousands of women and allies logging in from over 200 countries around the world, and we speak for ourselves. At World Pulse, the journey begins with telling your story. From there on, you not only open the door to a world of possibility, but also a door to solidarity, a sense of community, and a powerful journey into creating meaningful change. Before I proceed, I want to take a moment to appreciate all the partners who have brought this to life. That includes partners in the Her Digital Leadership Alliance, the digital ambassadors, funders for over several years, and staff. Many of you here with us on this call today have played a significant role in bringing us to this point in our journey. Now, I want to invite one of those people to say hello to all of us this evening, afternoon, or morning, depending on where you are. Eileen von Louds Kozanet. Eileen, if you're here with us, thank you for making this project possible through your work at GIZ. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Kirti. I'm very, very pleased to be here. It's an exciting moment we've been looking for the last month, and it's a super important milestone for us all. And I don't want to take too much time. I really want to thank you, World Pulse, for the amazing work you've done, and also to recall that we've been at GIZ and on behalf of BMZ, the ministry, very, very pleased to work with you already in the past. We've known World Pulse from the Equals Partnership Network that is committed to bridge the gender gap. And when the pandemic hit, we knew that we had to do again something with World Pulse. We knew we had to work again with World Pulse because we would achieve the goals I think, and we all think after the pandemic, or while we're still in the pandemic, are more than ever relevant. We know that with the last cooperation project, you could actually reach over 12,000 women and girls, and so I'm very much excited to see how many we can reach now. Well, you can reach now. So thank you so much, and I'm excited to see where we're heading, where you're heading. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your very kind words, Eileen, and thank you for joining us today. So on that note, I want to share a little bit about the Digital Ambassadors program at World Pulse. Our digital ambassadors are a cohort of women in the World Pulse community who are committed to bringing digital skills to women and girls worldwide so that they too can benefit from digital empowerment. I'm going to pause for a second here and invite my sister, advisor, mentor, and co-creator Busayo Obisakin to share a little bit about what it is to be a digital ambassador. Vasayo, welcoming you here.
Thank you, Kitty. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm so glad seeing all our beautiful faces. I'm saying hello from Nigeria. I want to welcome you all to this wonderful occasion. I joined Workforce in 2009, and before that time, I was a stark illiterate as far as computer is concerned. I joined Workforce at a time that I just felt that there is something missing in my life. And faith brought me to Workforce by one click. And my voice that has been so silent for the 45 years of my life, in a year that I joined Workforce, my voice boomed out. It was like putting microphone into it. And since then, my voice was never silent again. To be a digital ambassador, Workforce has really invested in my life before I could be called a digital ambassador. I learned so many things. I undergo many trainings, and being an ambassador, I felt that it will be an aberration for anybody to be left out to join Workforce. And that is what has been driving me to train more girls, to bring more women to Workforce, and to bring more women to have access to internet. Thank you, Kitty.
Vasayo, thank you so much for your voice, and thank you for all that you do to make this world a beautiful place. I know I have benefited so much from just knowing you. What you heard, Vasayo's story, is the story of one digital ambassador. At World Pulse, starting from a place where one joins the platform, feeling alone, invisible, perhaps isolated even in their communities, a sister moves into World Pulse, reclaiming the space for herself on the internet. She discovers her voice. She believes in the power of her voice and takes action. From there, she gains access to a massive network that's just there to support, encourage, and lift her voice. Through resources, she accesses increased digital skills to make the social change that she wishes to see around her. The World Pulse journey is never one that ends. It's all about thriving even after you feel globally supported, powerful, and resourced. In our journey at World Pulse, there are over 150 digital ambassadors from 30 different countries. Since 2019, they have trained more than 50,000 women and girls in their communities on a range of different topics that number over 40. While all of them incorporate digital skills training in their programs, they also weave in trainings on a wide range of other topics, right from sustainable farming and how to craft artisanal beaded products to sell, to how to follow best practices in menstrual hygiene management and speak up against gender-based violence, and so much more. The World Pulse journey for digital ambassadors is a place of possibility. It's a place of opportunity, and most of all, it's a place for sisterhood to thrive. As you can see in the images on the screen before you, these are just some of the scenes from our community's work on ground. There's a saying in the World Pulse community: our feet are on the ground, but our hands are on the keyboard. And as a member of the community, I can attest to the fact that this is something we do day in and day out. At this point, I want to take a minute to show all of you a video, a short film rather, to give you some context on the issues that our training programs are working to address.
Sorry, let me try that once more, folks. Thanks for your patience.
Globally, women are 25% less likely than men to have digital skills.
But I am one of the ones who do.
Only 6% of app developers are women.
But I am one of them.
We are logging on and rising up. Join us.
Thank you so much for your support with playing the video there, Dawn. Every time I watch that video, I find myself with chills, and I'm sure it's left you with the same feeling. Now that you have an idea of what it's like to be part of a community at World Pulse, I want to tell you a little bit about what life is like as an individual in the World Pulse community. When I started out a whole decade ago, I had absolutely no idea that I would be doing this, sitting from across you, across multiple computer screens world over, training whole communities. I started out as a community member and began telling stories about my life, my community, and the city where I live. And when I began speaking out, finding my voice, I also found a community of sisters around the world who not only received and held my stories with gentleness and kindness, but also offered me the encouragement I most needed at the time. And this encouragement gave me the strength and courage and conviction I needed to become an impact leader at World Pulse. As an impact leader, you can see the image ahead in front of you, which chronicles my impact journey. I found a significant piece of my life's calling in that journey, responding to gender-based violence across the world. One night, when a dear friend tried contacting me from another country when she was escaping an abusive marriage, she couldn't reach out to any of her trusted friends because she was in a foreign country and had no way around. She managed to get to a shelter when someone noticed her in distress when she was escaping on a train. But that incident really made me think deeply. What happens when women don't have anybody to reach out to? And what happens when women, much like my friend, can't find or reach the people they most trust? This pushed me in a whole different direction. I realized and I knew deep down that tech was a solution, and to me, it looked like a mobile app. But as a lawyer who had left anything and everything to do with computer science way back in 2002, I had no skills to create an app myself. I went from pillar to post looking for collaborators and coders, but when you're in a shoestring budget, you don't really find the best partners. So drawing from the encouragement, the courage and the strength my sisters at World Pulse gave me, I decided that I had to do this myself. And with the mentorship that I received on World Pulse, with the unconditional support I received, I taught myself to code. And in a month's time, I created an app called Sahas that supports survivors of gender-based violence across 196 countries. As of today, it has supported over 40,000 survivors, trained over 32,000 bystanders, and continues to do so across 196 countries, supporting women from all kinds of backgrounds, no matter where they are, no matter what their challenge may be. The journey at World Pulse, really, for me, started with one story. And what you see in front of you, Busayo's and mine, are just two stories out of many. But I want you to take that in for a minute. Think about 50,000 trainees. Think of a sea of changemakers. Think of yourself being one of them in the future. And think of what you can create if you were part of this community. And this is what we want to bring to you in our journey at World Pulse. Digital empowerment is a process enabled by digital technologies by which and there it is. Now, our digital empowerment has three related dimensions: voice, connection, and resources. Together, these contribute toward women and to transform their community. The Digital Empowerment Training Suite is the first in its right. Thank you so much for your assistance and cooperation. So to get to that spot, to get to the place where connection and resources are accessible for one who picks up with their voice, we want to start with digital empowerment through training. Now, to get you to do what we have done before, the digital empowerment training comprises 4 comprehensive modules that offer complete end-to-end solutions for somebody who's starting out on the internet for the first time, or for somebody who's already been around but wants to add more value through their work. As you can see on your screen, the 4 modules start from basic digital skills and move on to safety and security. Following this, we go into digital storytelling and online advocacy. The basic digital skills module speaks to somebody who is starting out for the first time, who hasn't navigated the internet or perhaps used a device ever before in their lives. The safety and security module is perfect for anybody who wants to get the best out of engagement on the internet while making sure that they are safe and protected. Both these modules offer skills for individuals to navigate the internet and make it a wholesome experience. We go to the digital storytelling module, which is exactly what we do here at World Pulse. It all starts with a story. But how do you tell your story, and how do you use a platform like World Pulse to lift your voice? And how do you go from there to making meaningful change on ground? This module trains users to understand and harness the power of their voice to make meaningful change. Finally, the online advocacy module, which helps channel your voice through meaningful campaign creation and implementation, as well as building community on ground to sustain change in a lasting manner. Today, you will get to preview one lesson from each module led by our amazing digital ambassadors in the breakout rooms. These modules are so unique that they are fully customizable to local contexts led by our digital ambassadors. For example, ambassadors have created skits to make these skills relevant to their communities. In other countries, they've even created songs to use to train and help their community members get online. They are all integrated with the community of practice here at World Pulse, where participants can practice their skills live in a place that is carefully moderated and curated so that their first steps into the digital space are met with encouragement and protection. Finally, each is grounded in the digital empowerment framework of building voice, connection, and resources to create increased action and impact. As we roll out these trainings, we will also be creating a vigorous certification process and providing each of the World Pulse certified trainers apologies, with their own magic toolbox filled with additional resources, inspiration, and ideas from World Pulse partners and digital ambassadors to support those who want to go above and beyond and grow into careers in technology, or maybe dive deeper into additional skills. We will also be rolling out translations of these modules in additional languages in the months to come. All those who participate in our training programs will have access to track their growing impact on their personalized impact dashboards on World Pulse. The more they share about their work, the more they can watch their impact grow and be met with support and encouragement along the way. As you saw, the training programs speak to a wide variety of people, depending on where they are in their journeys. We believe that a wide range of participants can benefit from these trainings, starting from folks who are just setting foot on the internet for the first time, or to those who have already entrenched their footprints online but want more out of their experience engaging in the digital space. If you find yourself interested in bringing one of these trainings to your organization, network, or classroom, please fill in the partnership inquiry form that Manasa will post onto the chat very shortly. We welcome any and all interest. We will also be launching a pricing model for anyone interested in hiring World Pulse certified trainers to lead trainings later in the year. For now, if you are interested in having any of these training programs delivered in your community, program, or center, please contact World Pulse and we will share more details. Finally, if you're interested in joining the leaders that you are meeting today on this call, and perhaps becoming a World Pulse certified trainer yourself, your first step is to build engagement and community by commenting on each other's stories and impact dashboards on World Pulse. Now, on to the exciting part. As I mentioned, we have 4 different modules, and each of these modules will be led by 2 digital ambassadors, each in individual breakout rooms. In room 1, Veronica and Esther will give a preview of the basic digital skills with a lesson on how you can join World Pulse. In room 2, Busayo and Basuda will be talking about safety and security when sharing information online. In breakout room 3, Shamila and Chimere will explore why and how to tell your story online. And in room 4, Christine and Anna will walk you through the steps to build an advocacy message and plan of action. In just about a moment, you will be able to select a breakout room that you'd like to join. My colleague Jamie will help you if you have any trouble selecting your room. Just post your request on the chat on the room that you'd like to join, and she will send you that. Once your session in the breakout room is over, we will come back here at the end of an hour for a quick closing poll debrief.